Welcome back. So now you've taken a look at the numbers, the nations, the comparisons. Let's see how we feel about this. So we'll start off with the countries that have the least number of vacation days typically per year. It's the Americans and the Japanese. I would have guessed Japan, you know, again, that reputation, the hard-working culture, but I would have never guessed Americans would score so low on the number of vacation days per year. I thought you were much more fun-loving than that. But I guess, you know, I think us Europeans, we have a thing called socialism, which gives us...
Socialism, no!
I know, which I know certain Americans are really, really scared of. But it does give us things like, you know, healthcare, free healthcare systems and apparently more vacation days. Particularly, the highest numbers come in the nations of France and Germany. I think it was like 30 or 30 plus.
It's insane amount
in France.
For me.
And to Americans and Japanese people, I imagine that sounds pretty crazy. But they also studied not only the amount of days, but how the average employee feels about the amount of vacation days. Do you feel satisfied? Do you feel like you're not getting enough? Do you feel like you've got too many? And the results here were a little more surprising, that despite the fact the French and the Germans get the most number of days, they actually feel really dissatisfied. They feel vacation deprivation, which is the title of the article. Whereas the Americans and Japanese generally seem more satisfied with the number of days they have, despite the fact they are so low.
I hope Pagoda's not listening.
Yeah, please, Pagoda, don't take this to heart. You know, we don't know the full reasons behind all this. It's just they've only looked at two factors, number of days and general satisfaction. Of course, there's a lot more that goes into it than that. We need more information to study deeper.
Yes.
And maybe this is our opportunity to make some guesses. You know, what do you think about this, John? Were you surprised that the US and Japan took the fewest days? And further to that, were you also surprised that they were actually rated high on the satisfaction level?
So at face value, you would think, oh, he must be surprised. But I knew America already, so I come from there, so that wasn't surprising. Japan, like you said, I wasn't very surprised because of that stereotype and everything. For the satisfaction, the general feeling in the US that I've seen, again, everyone's different, but the general feeling is, yeah, there's a little complaining, but by and large, people are like, man, it's enough. And it's not enough, and they know it's not enough, but they're not really complaining hard about it. They're more just like, man, it would be better if we had more, and then they don't take half of them. So it's like, it's not surprising in that way. I do know when I was there taking vacation, it was like, why? I don't know what it was about. I was like, I don't have money to leave the US. I don't have money to travel anyway. I might as well just earn more. But that was my situation.
This is a side question. This is not on the regular worksheet, but I did wonder, if you don't take the days in the US, do you get paid back? Do you get reimbursed? So by not taking days, do you get more money?
We might have to refer to Google on that. I was not in a workplace environment that gave vacation days.
So by law, they don't have to give you any vacation days?
There was one place where there was like a vacation day thought, and that was, I believe, Starbucks, is where I worked, when they had vacation days that you could take off, and if you didn't, what happened? I don't feel like I was paid. Because coming to the US, or coming to Korea, and I was paid for them, I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. So I don't think that happened. And maybe because I was kind of part-time there for a while, maybe there's like something with that. My other jobs, there's nothing. You could ask for days off, but that was it. It wasn't like guaranteed or anything.
I see. Gosh. So bearing all that in mind, when you think of French workers, have you ever been to France?
No, but I've seen all the protests.
Right. So what is your stereotype then about France and its workers? Do you have a stereotype?
ungrateful. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But I do see a lot of the protests, so I'm guessing French workers are a lot more unionized, I would assume, a bit more wanting the market to be a workers' market rather than the business's market, wanting to keep that power towards the people end of things. The other stereotypes I've heard from people visiting Paris is that French workers may not care very much about tourists in general. I don't know how they act with locals, but at least for tourism, it's not the best image. However, I have heard people in the southern part of France are way more nice. So, yeah.
Again, yes, I have very little experience with French people, so I don't know if the stereotypes are true, but there we go.
Yeah.
Well, you know what is a true stereotype? Learning a bit of vocabulary every day really improves your English over time. So it's time to allot a bit of time to improving English, just a little bit, just a little every day, and come back and join us in the next one for your next little top-up of English vocab. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
A lot.
A lot.
Respectively.
Respectively.
Opt.
Opt.
In reserve.
In reserve.
Whopping.
Whopping.